Ray Bankowski in FitWorkz Hybrid Training Gym in DeKalb, Illinois, talking what else but Eat by Color. Check us out on eatbycolor.com. Lots of great, and in some cases, outright free content, nutrition, recipes, even training programs, motivational stuff, and client success stories. We got this question from a client today. Yes, I wrote it down on a Post-it note. Thank you, 3M. Is it possible to gain muscle while losing fat? Most people would say no, but I can tell you from 15 plus years of experience that yes, you most definitely can do that. I'll give you an example. We're working with a young lady named Emily. She doesn't live in our market. She's utilizing our digital training. So we're training her via the internet and an app right on her mobile device. In about 4 months, I think it's 4 months, she's lost 12 pounds of fat, gained 8 pounds of muscle, lost 7% body fat. Here's the best thing. Okay, so if you look at the scale is only down about 4 pounds, but if you look at the fat loss, she's lost 12 pounds and 7% body fat. The best part is using Eat by Color and digital training. She's not wasting her time in the gym. She's not saying no to red wine or white wine, the occasional junk food, pizza, what have you. She's spending 3 hours a week exercising. That's it. No more, no less. 3 days a week for around an hour. Eat by Color is allowing her to make better food decisions. She's not counting anything. There's no points, calories, or macros. Just better food decisions most of the time. In about 4 months, some of which was over the holidays, she's lost 12 pounds of fat and gained 8 pounds of muscle. Now, how does that happen? Well, first of all, when somebody's motivated, it's a game changer. When somebody has a plan, both in terms of nutrition and training, so Eat by Color for the food side, our digital training, which a lot of the content we use or the exercise we use is in this book, Exercise Galore. The right training, the right system of training, namely, do you have a plan? Are you measuring progress? Are you recording progress? Are you reviewing your progress, planning to be better from one workout to the next? That's an absolute game changer. That plays a huge role when we look at people gaining muscle while losing fat. We see people do it all the time, and the reasons that happens are, 1, they get the food right, 2, they get the training right, they have a plan, they're recording their progress, they're measuring their progress, they're reviewing their results, and they're actually planning to be better from one workout to the next. So you can most definitely, absolutely, you can lose fat and gain muscle. You can do it at the same time. Why don't most people do that? Well, the number one mistake we see a lot of people make is they do tons and tons of cardio, and then they take a very short-term diet approach to nutrition. The combination of too much of a caloric restriction, completely eliminating a macronutrient like carbs, and lots of cardio is a recipe for a drug-free athlete, drug-free individual, somebody trying to hang on to their muscle mass and lose fat. It's a recipe for disaster, and usually what happens is, yes, the scale comes down, but it comes down because they're losing muscle and losing some fat and water weight, and that's not really what you want. So yes, it can be done. You just got to get the food right, got to get the exercise right. The next point of this video, and I don't know why, but we had in the last couple weeks some of our out-of-town clients that have been in other commercial gyms, or one of them actually took our training app and said, hey, our family bought a bunch of personal training at this club. We want to use it to hold us accountable. So basically, I have an appointment with you, so I'm going to show up. But then I want to do this program. And that led to a discussion with us about some comments the trainer made. A few take-home points if you're going to work with a trainer. 1, and we just had a group of people in our own club start some training in some lifestyle change programming. If something doesn't feel right, if it hurts, if you feel nauseous, lightheaded, dizzy, or like you might pass out, stop, sit down, and notify the trainer, okay? Stop, sit, tell. Stop, sit, tell. There's no working through that. A lot of times if you're experiencing dizziness, lightheadedness, nausea, of feeling like you may faint or pass out, part of what's happened is you're totally deconditioned, new to exercise, returning to exercise, Or maybe you've had a long layoff from exercise and now you're coming back and you're not ready to train at that intensity level. If your heart rate gets too high and you keep pushing through it, you are going to pass out. Okay, so the best thing to do is stop, let your heart rate come down. As you get in better shape, that will quit happening. Some of the nausea could be related to that burning you're feeling. It could be in part lactic acid intolerance, or the fact that your lactic acid threshold is lower than it used to be because you haven't trained in a while, trained intensely. So stop, sit, tell the trainer, and don't continue on. We have an instance of someone that used to be a client, moved, joined a local commercial gym, is working with a trainer, spent a lot of money. And the trainer had said, just keep working through it. 5 different occasions, work through it, work through it, work through it. There is no working through it. Working through it leads to passing out or vomiting. So stop, sit, tell the trainer, rest, let your heart rate come down. If you're still nauseous, sip Gatorade. The phosphates or the electrolytes in the Gatorade and the simple sugars may help buffer the lactic acid. Probably going to notice that you don't feel as nauseous, and eventually the nausea will go away. But the take-home point is just stop. There's no $1 million contract, as we say, for most of us. There's no prize for working through that, and it will end badly. Ray Binkowski, sitting in FitWorkz Hybrid Training Gym in DeKalb, Illinois, author of Eat by Color and Exercise Galore. I want to remind you that this video and all of our videos is brought to you by eatbycolor.com. We'd love to hear from you on social media. You can find us at #EatByColor. Again, your questions, your comments, your feedback, the opportunity to work with some of you out there drives our video content. So if you ask a question today, it could be tomorrow's video. If you're interested in training like Emily that I mentioned earlier, we can do it no matter where you are, right through the handheld device that you're probably watching this video on.